Attention handsomes! Do you want great home insurance at a great rate? Then check out Allstate. Switching to Allstate is simple, straightforward, and could save you significant money on your policy.
Check Allstate first and you could save $574 on your home insurance. No hassle, just savings. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers.
Hello, it's me, your dear friend Tig Notaro, and I'm sitting here, oddly enough, with my co-hosts.
It's me, your dear old friend May Martin.
Oddly enough, it's me, Fortune Feimster.
How did we all end up here?
I don't know. I just wandered into my room and the Zoom was on and
we were already recording.
y'all were recording. And I was like, I want to be handsome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where's Biggie, speaking of handsome?
He's downstairs. He hasn't been up here in a minute.
There's a small black ball on the floor there next to you.
That's not Biggie's.
Okay, good.
He
Just
does
checking.
he does have a black ball area.
Fortune! What are we talking about out of the gate here?
know.
Well, first off,
I
that's
know.
a door stopper over there.
Okay, I thought it was a small poo.
You
I
use
did
those
that.
Oh,
for-
it does look like a poo, yes.
Yeah, and you were talking about, you thought it was Biggie's testicle or what?
Well, so when we first got
Oh,
Biggie, he was not neutered when he was rescued.
Okay.
And when we rescued him from the rescue, he had
You
been
use
neutered.
them as a doorstop.
And that area was black.
Oh boy.
No balls, but because he got neutered. But
Oh, wow.
Wait, why
Anyway.
was it black? Why
I
was
don't
it
know.
just a dirty patch?
I don't know
Oh,
what made
God.
him that happen. Anyway,
Well, you
I'm
guys
gonna
are
move
looking
this away
handsome.
from the
You're
black
looking
ball.
You're looking great.
Oh, thank you.
It's a new moon today?
Is it? What does
Is
that
it?
mean?
Yeah, I don't
Means
know.
the old one's gone.
The old-
Fortune.
Yeah, they recast the moon.
Does this mean Mercury's out of retrograde? I hear that a lot.
Oh, it has been in retrograde. I don't know what that means, but I'm feeling it.
I
Oh,
always just hear,
man,
like-
am I feeling?
Man, am I feeling it.
All I ever hear is like, "Oh, you're having miscommunication problems. Mercury is in retrograde."
Yeah.
I go, yes, that could be something to it, or we just miscommunicated.
But this is where, like, I go back to, aren't there miscommunications when Mercury is not in retrograde?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Surely.
They're always like, "Don't sign any important contracts." But I'm like, well, I feel
Who
like
is
Mercury is in
they?
retrograde.
Who is saying this?
Yeah, and also
Your
don't-
reps?
Don't they know that you're
Yeah, my
signing
reps
important?
Don't sign contracts. Mercury's in retrograde.
But
What
that's
would
what
you
you do.
do?
Every
I would be
morning. You
like,
sign something with your
whoa.
coffee.
That would be weird in business to be told that, for sure.
Yeah. If the person looking over your entire career is like, listen.
They do it by astrology.
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah. What would happen if, like, would the world fall apart if we were just like, let's try this? Okay, let's govern everything
The
around.
world
like,
has fallen apart,
yeah,
May.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
so let's try
already
something
fucked.
different.
Yeah.
Like my friend was talking about, if you were conducting a symphony and you said, okay, instead of sitting in like the string section and the brass section, why don't we sit like all the Pisces together, all the Tauruses together, and just see what happens? Just
And then what happens?
and mix it up. I don't know. It'd be cool. Anyway.
All
If
right.
the Cancers were all together, we would be sharing feelings
Oh yeah, very emotional.
Emoting.
That would be
Oh.
like the woodwinds.
and a
would-
little moody.
Are you a moody person, Fortune?
No, only if I'm tired or hungry.
And how often do you find yourself tired or hungry?
I'm usually satiated.
Okay.
Do you ever get, if you're moody and then someone's like, "Are you just tired or hungry?" And then that's like super annoying when someone suggests that, and then you're
I'm like,
yeah,
no,
probably.
I don't get annoyed by that. I'm like, finally, someone gets me.
You feel seen.
Oh my gosh. There years ago, I dated somebody that said to me once, she said, somebody needs their coffee.
Oh,
And I was
my
like,
God.
first of all, I understand that some people are that way. if you know me well, I am not somebody where I'm like, do not talk to me until I've had my coffee.
Like that mug, but first coffee.
Yeah, well, actually, my mug says, ask me about my cat. But I understand that people have that.
Yeah.
There's no judgment about that. I get it for you and you and you. For me, I am not a get out of my way.
Right.
Let me have my coffee.
So that means if you're annoyed in the morning, it's because you're legit annoyed about something.
Yeah, there was something going on. I was like, how dare you try and pretend that I haven't had my coffee.
Probably every single month there's like a couple of days where I'm like, I think everything's really bad and nobody likes me and everything is against me and I think nothing's worth it. And then I get my period and I'm like, how do I every month, not for my whole life, I think that my whole reality has shifted for 48 hours and nobody could convince me that it's my period.
Can't you get one of those apps?
I'm sure. Yeah, I should just do that. I kind of don't want to even acknowledge that I get my period. I thought I wouldn't by now because I'm on testosterone, but let me tell you, my ovaries are chugging away. They're strong guys.
Chugging.
So you didn't want to acknowledge that you had a period just because you're like, I'm past those days.
I'm just like, it freaks me out. It doesn't, and so I just didn't engage with it in the way that I was like, oh, this is my reproductive system. I'm kind of like, I'm not going to look too closely at it. I'll just let it happen.
You're like, I'll just wait till I have a podcast with
and then I'll
hundreds of thousands of listeners and then just mention it there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jax turns into a little bit of a different person, and I'll be like, is it that time?
Yeah.
And she's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
And then
it
like
is
2 hours later, she's like, it is, but I don't like that you assume that that's what this is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am past all of that.
That sounds nice.
It is not as nice as it sounds because I have all of that. I think I've talked about it on here, but like medications and like with
hot flashes
and like the kind of cancer I had and the kind of medication I can take and it's just so like trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, when to do it,
That's
try
exhausting.
these kind of, my body is responding so crazily.
Yeah. And it's just a science experiment.
Keep talking
trying
about
to find
periods.
a balance.
Just 2 seconds. Hold on.
Wait, what? Did Fortune just get her period? Wait, what just happened? Fortune said you guys keep talking about periods and then stood up and walked away.
Went and changed her tampon.
Wait, and now she's bringing in a plant.
Fortune.
What is happening? This is so mysterious.
I don't. Fortune.
Speaking of bushes,
Fortune Marie. Why did
stop.
you stop the podcast? No, you didn't even stop. You said
keep talking.
No,
you two keep talking about your
I wanted
periods.
all this period talk to continue.
Then you stood up. You
Made me
ground everything.
subconscious about my background just being a black dot that looks like poo. So I was like, you know what? I do need to use this up, and I got a bush.
Oh man, does that look sweet?
So
Does this change everything?
But was that all
If
about?
you guys aren't watching this on YouTube, you're really missing out on my background at the moment.
Yeah, it went from poop
to
To
bush. But wait, was that all for that punchline? Like that was all leading up to?
Oh, I didn't even know that punchline was coming until I sat down.
Fortune's just such a comedy master.
Wow.
That she was able to fold it in.
Wow.
Without us knowing.
Does it feel more complete though? My vibe.
Well, now it's like you've drawn so much attention to it that now it's like my brain is finding it very.
You can't concentrate.
You
Oh,
seem
no.
like an erratic woman on her period that's not happy. That's not happy with.
I've got to change the vibe around here.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
are you on your
sorry to
period,
sorry to
Fortune?
interrupt. I'm not actually. Thank the baby
right.
Jesus. I don't like it.
You don't like it either, eh?
No, I don't want it. I'm never having kids. Blech.
That's how I
not
feel.
for kids. That wasn't towards kids.
Hey,
That wasn't towards kids. That was towards periods.
tired of all the kid bashing in the
No,
world.
that was not for the kids. That
How
was for
dare you?
No, I don't need this happening in my life.
Do you think anyone like loves getting it? Like it's like can't wait.
Some people probably are very like, I'm being reborn.
I like this character.
I don't know that
rejuvenated.
anyone
I'm
says-
cycling out of this and cycling into that.
Yes.
There's
With
gotta be
that
some of that.
voice. That voice.
Yeah.
With the-
I'm cycling into this and out of that.
Now I'm cycling back in. Have I talked about the book The Red Tent before, where they all got sent
You
out to
go
a tent?
on and on and
It's the only
on
book I've
about the
read.
red tent.
no, I
just
don't know about
think
this.
that if it's a book about was it what times were they?
Olden times, I bet.
I think
bet
it was the
olden.
70s.
Is there such a thing as Egyptian times?
Ancient Egyptian
You're
times.
the history
yeah,
buff.
yeah. It was.
You tell us.
It's been a while. They would get sent, in the times of Abraham and all the things. They would
Okay.
the ladies went during this time,
Abraham and all the things.
Yeah, this is going
Okay.
from
on the
ancient
Bible
Egypt.
and all that stuff.
Okay.
They would get sent out to a red tent when it was that time of the month because gross. The men we didn't want to be privy to that.
Yeah.
And they would just like, I
Hook
imagine they braided each other's hair and put lotion on each other
okay.
and shared feelings. And I was like, if I had to be in those times, send me to the red tent all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that's like when I was a closeted lesbian, that was my dream scenario. Being in a
You
tent
were never
on pillows,
closeted, by the way.
closeted to myself.
Mhm.
I just want to be in a tent with pillows. Someone's laying in my lap.
You're
Nothing's
putting lotion
changed.
on them.
Hair braiding. There's lotion rubbing on arms. This was like my college experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I bet in those olden times too that it's not like the women were having a great time in the home. So there
They
must
were
have been
probably
like
to cook, and you got a break.
it's a break. Go to the red
Let
tent.
me be with ladies, and we're gushing blood, but we are happy. And
I would just, you could just, Fortune, you would just be like, I got my period for 3 weeks this
What
month.
if this is
it
what if this
never
is
ends.
somebody's first time hearing this
This
show?
podcast. Oh God.
send me to the red tent. Is all I'm saying. Let
Fortune
me
loves
be
a
among
red
my
tent.
ladies. My
And
my fat husband with his beard and gross, smelly bodies trying to like get near me, and I'm like, it's that time. I have to go to the red tent.
And whenever Fortune's in her red tent, she always brings a little bush to put next to
I
her.
bring this bush with
Yeah.
me for the vibes. But yeah, anyway,
Is that a plastic plant?
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah,
Fortune.
You're blowing up my
Marie.
spot. You're blowing up my spot. This is a fake plant.
Do you have
because
your period in that plant?
gross?
Oh, gross.
I'm the gross one?
Yeah, I'm just talking about a tent.
I don't even have my
and
period
ladies.
anymore. You're both disgusting
You're
people.
Wait, Fortune, why
I
do you have
travel
a
too
plastic
much to keep
plant?
this alive.
Oh man.
Think of it, May, as a plant that has been taxidermied.
Okay.
Now, do you understand now
Now
that we're
do you
speaking your taxidermy language?
Just imagine
I mean,
that this plant has been stuffed.
I wasn't confused or
Oh, okay.
lost. You're like, think of it this way.
Think
It's,
of it, May, it's like this. It was a plant, and now it's been stuffed. No, yeah,
Also,
it's fake.
I
Sue me.
all of a sudden there's a lawsuit. I would love to be in that courtroom, by the way.
Yeah.
I met Tig's lawyer at a party, remember? And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I want to see this lawsuit too because he's very, very
I
charismatic.
want to make sure.
Very handsome guy,
Very
is he
handsome
not?
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't Fortune have a character who was a prosecutor?
Wait,
It was like,
why did you
Exhibit A.
why'd you put the poop back in the screen, Fortune? I'm trying to circle back to say there are women that enjoy getting their period and they feel
we're back on
connected.
this.
They feel connected to being a woman.
Right.
And that makes them feel feminine and powerful.
You know what
and
it makes me feel?
Yeah. What?
You make me feel like a natural woman.
Again, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. We are a wildly popular podcast. And believe it or not, we're all taken.
Natural woman.
With summer in the rearview mirror and busier days ahead, now's the perfect time to save time and money when it comes to your dinner routine. Skip the meal planning and grocery store lines and cut down on food waste with HelloFresh's convenient doorstep delivery and pre-measured ingredients. Easily customize your meals with protein or veggie swaps. And don't forget to check out HelloFresh Market for more delicious add-on items to jazz up your weekly deliveries.
My last time I got HelloFresh, I did the quick and easy meals because I'm always on the go. They sent these homemade pizzas with these fresh figs and arugula and these really good salads. And so it was really perfect for whipping up a really good meal that didn't take a long time to make, and it tasted so good.
For free breakfast for life, go to hellofresh.com/freehandsome. One free breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to hellofresh.com/freehandsome. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
I guess like it would make some people feel very gender euphoric to get their period if they're very connected, but like it might make me feel that way if I had like strumming my guitar on the road, you know, on my horse or something.
Wait, what are you saying? You'd want to be on your period,
be on a horse.
strumming a horse?
No, I'm like
strumming a horse,
not in the red tent. You want to be on a horse?
Yeah,
with
I'm
a
like the
guitar.
equivalent. The thing that would make me feel very like gender euphoric would be, I don't know why, strumming my guitar on a horse. I think.
Yeah,
that would be an
guitar.
embarrassing moment. Honestly, that's like the people that take the pictures, like a saxophone player that has like a sideways beret and they're leaning against a brick wall with their one foot up against the wall.
Listen, let them live. They see those pictures themselves. They're like, I nailed it. That is me at my best.
And that's what I'm saying is you strumming a guitar on a horse.
I think I'm sitting side saddle too. I'm sitting side saddle with dainty cross legs.
Saddle.
I was going to say a little too femme. To be side saddle. Yeah,
no,
a little cowboy.
It's a complex and nuanced
Are you riding bareback?
I'm riding bareback side saddle.
That's what I love.
Bareback side saddle, strumming my guitar.
Little cowboy.
Shirtless, but wearing long dangly earrings.
On your period.
Shirtless.
On my period.
On the horse. Bareback.
Oh, God.
That poor horse.
Poor horse.
Again, welcome to your first episode of the Handsome Pod.
Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Oh, boy.
Well, who else is talking about these things? I dare you to name one.
I dare you.
And you can't.
Do you think a prosecutor in court has ever said to the jury, I dare you to find my client guilty?
For sure. I would think so, yeah. They would at least say to the jury, I dare you to find anyone else that's going to prove what I've proven today.
They're like, hey, jury, truth or dare? The jury's like, dare?
I was always reluctant to play truth or dare.
You were reluctant?
Yeah, because I didn't have a lot of beans to spill anyway, I didn't want to be dared.
So if you said truth and they were like, Fortune, how come you always try to put lotion on us?
I would just be like, and I wouldn't want to say back then because I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I would be like, dare, and then I wouldn't want to do the dare.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you mean you didn't have a lot of beans to spill?
Truth or dare, usually you're revealing some kind of deep, dark secret, right?
Yeah, or some spicy.
You have no secrets.
I don't have a lot. I'm sure I have some, sure, yeah. But I don't have a lot of spicy things.
You want to tell us a secret now on the pod?
Oh, should I tell you guys a secret?
Anything that you have never told anyone before in your entire life?
Is this truth or dare right now?
Anything about your period? Any specifics about your period that you don't?
Very short, only 3 days.
Really?
I've never told anyone that. That's a secret.
Jax doesn't even know?
No, she knows.
Oh,
Yes.
no, she knows. Okay.
It's 3 days every 21 days, though.
Hey, that's very regular. Again, if this is your first episode,
And May, how long is
Thomas
your
wanted
period?
to know that.
in total, it's stretching between 4 and 5.
Do you think we've lost any male
I think
fans?
so.
that's
There's nobody listening at this point.
Do you think what do you think the males are doing that are listening to this?
I think people
Should we
always
talk about baseball or something.
I think people underestimate men, and I think maybe there'd be some guys who are interested.
There's got to be a part of them that want to hear this.
Oh my God, dudes want to hear that Fortune bleeds for 3 days.
Oh God!
Every 21 days.
Yeah.
Just bringing
There's
more.
not a guy alive that doesn't want to know that Fortune. Do you use maxi pads, Fortune?
We have to get off this topic.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
I refuse.
Fortune's trying to distract us by holding up a coaster of Biggie's face.
A fan made this. That's pretty good, right?
That's really good. Hand painted, you think?
Oh, a woodworker did woodwork a handsome sign for me,
Oh yeah, I remember.
and it's
that. Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. And when
Why just you?
because she came to my show and she just was
Where
like,
are ours?
Yeah.
I imagine she would make you guys one if you guys are in her. I don't remember the city though now.
Well, May doesn't tour.
I don't tour really.
Well, when you get back on the road, you'll get that wooden sign. When I don't have anything hung up on the walls in here, but when I do, that one's going up.
Have I told you how Stephanie describes my office?
How?
She said that it looks like the kind of office you'd go into if you needed an attorney in Omaha for rear-ending someone.
There's no personality in there.
Oh, just beige and like, oh my God. I love that.
No, I have things hanging up. It's just she's not impressed.
Listen, should we find out who our questioner is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we should.
Today's questioner is an award-winning poet, performer, and activist who was recently appointed Colorado's Poet Laureate. Their most recent book is titled You Better Be Lightning. My dear pal, Andrea Gibson, is asking today's question.
Hello, Handsome Pod. My name is Andrea Gibson, and my question for you is, how do you flirt? What are your unique flirting skills? Like, how do you woo your dreamboats? What flirting moment in your life are you the most proud of? And was there ever a moment in your life where your flirting or somebody else's flirting went very, very wrong?
I mean, this is right up my alley. I love this. As
You
a
seem
question.
like you probably were a big flirt, May.
I think I still am probably. I feel like it's like a life force.
I feel like I can guess you're flirting.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, let's try it.
What do you mean? When May's flirting?
I feel like I would picture May being like, "Hey, my period runs about 5 days."
Oh my God. No. I think I don't know. I don't want to like overanalyze it too much in case I lose my power. I think I go low status.
I imagine your flirting power is strong.
Thank you. I think I go kind of low status but then I flip the script. Like then
Here's what I think you
yeah,
do.
go on. Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is very visual today.
Okay. Who should I be?
I'm
a bartender.
Parvati. You're the person I'm flirting. I'm May.
Yeah.
You're the person that I'm flirting with.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Whoa.
You were.
Wait a second.
Wait, hear her out.
I'm just over here hanging out in the corner, and I just felt some energy across the room, and I don't know. I felt compelled to come over here and just really look you in the eye, and
What is happening?
really,
Fortune.
I just really wanted to connect because I don't know. There's something about you that's really cool.
I would call the
And-
police on this person. This is what you think I'm like?
Like demure,
like
kind of like
no
downplaying
eye contact.
it.
No
Downplaying
way.
it.
No way. No, I'm like let's play spin the bottle.
Oh, you go right for it? I feel like it's a little bit of gee shucks, aw shucks.
Let's play spin the bottle.
I think, yeah.
I feel like there's
I
a
would
aw
call the
shucks in
police
there.
if an adult asked me to play spin the bottle.
I feel
Well, we all have our
at
people, I
parties
guess.
in my 20s.
We're all busy these days, and if you own a home, that keeps you busy too. Allstate knows that you value your time. That's why they want to help you save time and money when you switch and save on your home insurance policy.
Check Allstate first and you could save $574 on your home insurance. No hassle, just savings. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary. When my cats are healthy, they're happy. And that makes me happy. But since I'm not a mind reader, I don't always know when they're unwell. Helping me keep tabs on my cat's health is just one reason I use Pretty Litter.
Pretty Litter's ultra-absorbent crystals trap odor instantly. No more cat bathroom smell. And Pretty Litter ships free right to your door in a small, lightweight bag. You'll never run out of it, and you don't have a huge container of litter taking up space and stinging up your place.
I love my cats and I love Pretty Litter. It's the best kitty litter I've ever bought, and you and your cats are going to love it too.
Pretty Litter helps keep tabs on your cat's health and keeps odors down. You and your cat are going to love Pretty Litter as much as we do. Go to prettylitter.com/handsome and use code HANDSOME to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/handsome, code HANDSOME to save 20% and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/handsome, code HANDSOME. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details.
No, I don't think I have like a
You don't do
method.
the aw
I
shucks thing first?
I think it. No, I think it's more
What
like
about all golly gee?
oh
Yeah,
golly
oh, golly
gee
gee.
shucks. It's more like if I'm drawn to someone, I'll focus my attention really on them.
Yeah.
like
But
and,
I imagine a lot of eye contact.
slightly prolonged eye contact. Sure. But I was with my friend the other night, and we used to flirt a lot with each other, and then we were out for dinner, and we were kind of like, isn't it funny? We can just choose not to, not to turn on that switch of spiciness. I think I got a lot of my self-worth in the past from being flirty and having people flirt with me and being like, that's, yeah. And people being like, oh, May's a flirt, or there's this and now it's like, oh, I could just be like, oh, hey, how are you? I could just
I imagine in your single days you were like a flirt machine.
I didn't think of myself that way, but I love it. Love, well, it's not even with, it doesn't have to be sexual even with friends. I just love when you're in a group or something and then you connect with one person so hard and it's like electric, you know? I like when people
electric. I was over there.
Okay, I don't know, Fortune, what? Woo! Yeah. I like when people wink at me. That's what I can't handle. I love, because I can't effectively wink really coolly, but if someone gives me a subtle wink across a room, I'm like on the floor.
Wow.
I like any attention, really.
So you enjoy the flirt. You like when people flirt with you, but you're not always, obviously right now in your life, but at another point in your life, it didn't have to translate to anything. You just enjoyed the experience of flirting.
I feel like, you know what it is? It's like there was definitely a time in my life where multiple friendships had that energy, and I had a lot of gray area friendships where we would sometimes hook up, or we would at least really, that energy was there and flirt, and it was or people I
don't
been
care
with.
That people know I was one of those.
Yeah, Tig was one of them. We would text late at night. It was just every time we saw each other, it was
it's
friction.
crazy.
Yeah. And then we just decided to turn it off before we started
let's
this
do a
podcast.
podcast.
Let's just actually be colleagues.
Do you still flirt now that you're in a relationship?
Good question, Tig.
Thank you, Fortune. I'll take it from here.
I wonder if I do. I don't think that I do, but I probably, only in the way that life is full of
Life
joy
is
and
flirty,
connections and
Tig.
people. Yeah, what is flirty? Like, I don't flirt in a way that
Well,
You're not saying let's play spin the bottle, but you're like, you have nice
No.
eyes.
no, or in any way that would indicate like this
hey,
is gonna.
take your shirt off.
Hey,
Oh my god, you guys think I'm a creeper? Never said creeper like that.
all right, you don't talk like that, but it's fun to just for us to talk.
I've
like
never
that.
said creeper.
I think you both would be excellent flirts, and
I'm
I'd
not.
be powerless. I'd be powerless.
What do you think my flirting technique is?
I know exactly what it is.
Oh yeah,
No.
what? Yeah, do Tigs.
Tell me. Why?
Well,
Because I
first of all-
flirted with you?
Do Tigs,
yeah.
May.
Well, first of all, because I've seen your documentary, so I've seen you flirting with Stephanie, like
Oh,
pre even you guys being a thing, and it
Pre-marriage.
was like the most charming. Like it's. I feel like with maybe I might be wrong, but I feel like if you're really flirting with someone, it's just like, or I feel like it's like a director has said action. And suddenly you're more alert, you're funnier, you're like everything's like more
Heightened.
vivid and heightened, and you're like, you know what I mean?
Where did you see me flirting in the documentary? What was I doing?
I'm trying to remember, like,
like
when-
smiling a lot when Stephanie
when-
was around.
yeah, when it's telling the love story and it shows you guys.
If you guys want to go to YouTube and see me doing my flirtatious smile,
It's a great
it's happening
doc.
right now.
Oh, it's really good.
And the doc is great on Netflix. Take
TikTok.
But I think you probably make fun of people a little bit, like in a
oh, like a teasing of them.
yeah, and you'd be very good at that. And it would
Is
be
that part
like
of your
a
flirting? Tig
bullet.
teasing.
Yeah, I like to tease a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know to-
Your biggest flirting. Your biggest one was okay, Dyke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
probably
Dyke.
a little subtlety to it. With Stephanie, when I was, really interested, I started texting her once a month. So that was me.
What do you mean?
Because y'all were doing y'all met on a movie, right?
We did. We met
Yeah.
on a movie and we started texting, but I don't know. I didn't think she was interested in me, so I didn't want to like go full throttle. And,
But that was like a pretty big deal for you to be like, that's vulnerable to be texting once a month.
well,
Like,
yeah, I really liked her.
Yeah, right,
And,
right.
But yeah, I think obviously humor and laughing and tease. I mean, I like teasing people just in general, like in
Yeah.
a friendly way.
Yeah.
And I like when they do it to me as well. And I think when people can
That's the best.
Can
You
deal
can
with
dish
that.
it and take it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's well, as long as, to a certain degree.
Right.
Fortune, I can imagine you being a good flirt. It's humor,
I'm not.
right?
I really am
Really?
not.
So what with Jax? How did you?
Well, pre-Jax, I was like I never knew if someone was into me. I always assumed they weren't.
I was, and so was Tig,
dang
and
it.
that
Yeah.
ship has sailed.
And Thomas.
but-
We
and
were all
Thomas.
And that was-
chasing your skirt.
That was part of my confidence, just having to build in general as a person. I just always kind of thought they were looking at the person behind me. And in LA, a lot of times they were indeed looking at the person behind me. Because LA was a tough place to date. And I, put myself out there a few times and and got told no. And I was like, okay, good day. And then sometimes it did work. But it usually had to start as like meeting them as a friend and letting it kind of getting to know each other in that way. But rarely was I like going up to someone like in a random place, like, hello, what's your name? Like I could not.
Yeah.
I had to just talk
Yeah.
to people normal and real.
and make a
and
connection, and
was
then,
always shocked if I found out they liked me.
Yeah, I guess I feel similar to that. I wasn't out picking up on people.
So when I met Jax, it actually was kind of funny the way it worked out because I got a false sense of confidence out of nowhere. She came up to me with a friend. Her friend knew who I was and wanted a picture. And so we took a picture and they were nice, but went away. And I was like, oh man, that blonde was very cute. But I just assumed they were together and didn't think anything about it. Well, the picture didn't turn out good, or Jax didn't like herself in the picture or something. So they came back And then in my head, and I never thought this way, I was like, oh, I think she likes me. And it gave me a false sense of confidence, which I never had with women. And it made me be bolder with her in a way that I never was with anyone.
Wow.
And so I like took the picture and I let my arm linger for a while and we started chatting.
Fortune.
We exchanged numbers. And
who asked for whose number?
Old confidence pants.
I think maybe me, or it was kind of a both. We said it, but we kept running into each other all night.
Did you say it at the same time? Like, could I get your number? And then you laughed together. Oh.
And the ultimate thing that happened that night, which was so out of character for me with a woman, is that she had this girl that was kind of flirting with her and would not leave her alone all night. And I was having a hard time talking to her, getting to know her. And I had some friends that were like, let's get out of here, because it was Pride weekend, so it was crazy busy. And they were going to go to a bar away from the craziness. And I walked up to her. And again, when I tell you, I've never done anything this bold or talk like this ever. I was always the goofball when it came to dating. I went up to Jax and I said, my friends and I are going to another bar. I called an Uber. It's coming in 5 minutes. Are you coming or not?
Oh my God.
And I left.
Wow.
And I walked out. I've never done that, acted like that. I don't act like that. I don't
but that's
know
so
what came
hot.
over me, and she thought it was so attractive. And
oh my
the
God.
Uber pulls up. I'm sitting there. I open the door, and she bolts out of the bar into the Uber, and I was like, "It worked!"
Oh my God.
Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
Head to Los Angeles.
And that was the start of us hanging out all weekend.
Wow.
That's amazing.
When did you have your first smooch? That night?
Later that night.
Later that night.
That's okay. Don't be
Yeah, but I was so
embarrassed.
bold in a way that when I tell you I had no boldness in dating ever.
And did you put the smooch move on her, or did she put the smooch move on you?
I think again that ended up being mutual. Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
So,
And
that was my most successful flirting.
Clearly.
I had plenty of unsuccessful ones where someone, I thought they were flirting, and then I asked them out, and they're like, "Oh, no, thank you."
God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry to bother you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that's how you met Jax. So it was through someone
Chicago
coming up
Pride.
asking for a photo.
Kind of like I didn't know Parvati won Survivor.
Yeah, we're learning
That's
so much
crazy.
today.
I swear I've
But
said that.
it was always tricky navigating flirting for me, because I just am a friendly person. So I'm chatting with everyone. I'm talking with everyone. So I really never knew if someone was flirting with me or just being friendly back.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I did get that courage to ask some of these people out, only a couple of times I got a straight up no, but those were hard.
Oh
'Cause
man,
you feel
the
like,
worst.
oh wait, I totally misread that.
Then you have to go, wait, you thought I was serious when I
know.
just asked you out?
I was totally
joking.
I was totally kidding.
I'm a
I was totally
comedian.
kidding. Don't you know comedy?
But I was a late bloomer. I came out, at 25. I really didn't date for a while even after that. So it took me a long time to build that flirt confidence.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have that experience as a kid, in your teen years sometimes when you take a while to come out. And it's also equally, if not harder, to reject somebody that's flirting.
Oh God, yeah.
And
Yes,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. People
eh.
are very forward with me. Sometimes I'm sure I've said this, but after shows and stuff, because I think I present as very approachable or neurotic or something,
Very
and
sex positive, right?
and a little vulnerable or whatever. So
Yeah.
they come up and are sometimes so forward, and then that's awkward. They're saying things that if it was a guy saying that, you'd be like, I'm
interesting.
calling the police. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many
people-
phone calls to the police during this episode.
And you're like, yeah, I am. That is a part of me, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm just
Open
doing
for
whatever
business.
willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Well, should we hear what Andrea has to say?
Yes, definitely.
I have so many answers for when my flirting went very wrong. But this one, I don't know if this is wrong or right. I'll share this one. So years ago, I had a crush on a woman named Julie. And my therapist's name is also Julie. So we were texting back and forth one night, and I said, "Hey, you have the same name as my therapist. I was wondering if I could come lay down on your couch sometime." I was so proud of that.
That's cool.
But the text back said, I don't think this was meant for me. And what had happened was I accidentally sent the text to Julie, my therapist, instead.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, that's great.
Amazing. What a good line.
That's a really good line.
Now, Andrea, I feel like would have been in the pocket because Andrea's a poet. And I feel like that's a good way to use for flirting, right?
Not just a poet, one of the greatest poets walking the planet today.
I know. So Andrea has a leg up, like Cyrano de Bergerac or whatever, like just language at their disposal.
And an attractive person. I mean,
very
a
attractive
lot of
person.
things are hitting.
I
Okay.
saw Andrea do like spoken word kind of type thing, right? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, poetry.
Before
spoken word.
Ani DeFranco performance, and it was like, holy cow.
Were there any gay people in the audience that night?
Every gay person was got their ponies in a tizzy over that. Like the words Andrea was using were so unbelievable and like powerful and poetic, and it was quite amazing to watch.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
An Andrea performance, prepare yourself if you are listening, watching, seeing Andrea live, whatever. You will go on a roller coaster of, I always say, Andrea is truly one of the funniest people and could easily be a stand-up comedian. So deeply funny and so deeply deep and moving.
Deeply deep.
And you are just riding that wave as Andrea goes and delivers it all. Yeah. And Andrea has an incredible partner, Meg, who is also a great poet and person and clearly...
Then why is Andrea flirting with us on our pod?
I have no idea. That's what I was about to get to. I think this is completely inappropriate.
Lay on our couch?
Yeah.
I would be curious to know if Andrea did eventually get that text to the right person and did it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't even really answer the flirting going wrong, did we?
I did. You guys haven't. So what you got?
Yeah.
Mine was just that I thought someone was flirting with me and I asked about it and they said no.
Yeah.
I don't have a good,
I'm sure I've
story
had that.
other than, I think I said it on here once. I was like kind of flirting with someone. I thought we were both mutually flirting and it was heading somewhere. And then she said, "Can I make you dinner?" I said, "Yeah, this is amazing." I'm like, here we go. This is the start of things. Someone making you dinner. That's very romantic. And she informed me that she had feelings for someone and didn't want to pursue things, like try things with me. And then she was like, "Should I still make dinner?" And I was like, well, and any like normal person would have been like, "No, I'm good. Like, that's okay. Thank you." And I was like, what were you gonna make?
Oh my God.
She was
What
like,
were you gonna make?
She said tacos. And I was like, well, I do like tacos.
Oh my
And
God.
she would still make dinner.
Oh my. So you sat there eating
Having just-
tacos.
And we never were officially dating, but it was
Right.
like we
It
were
was
headed,
like-
I thought we were headed towards trying maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I had just been given the kaput and she's still making me dinner.
Oh man, were you sad during the meal or did you think actually we'll be
I
buds?
think I wasn't sweating it too much. So clearly I was fine, but it was like the least romantic dinner of my life.
Yeah.
I can't think of any specific. I'm pretty like focused and targeted with who, like
Yeah,
when
same.
I actually
Pursue someone.
yeah, that I have to kind of know that things are pretty
Yeah.
much a go ahead. And this is somebody else who this was a boss of mine who she asked me to help carry her things out to her car one day. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And I carried it out to her car. And then when we were standing there, she was like, so, oh, I know what she said. She said, I don't mean to be like a Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky situation, but
Oh my God.
I just thought it was a good time to talk about the elephant in the room. And I was truly like, I was so confused.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nothing clicked for me. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
Baffled. And that's
That is awkward.
when she said that she had feelings for me.
And were you into it?
No.
I was like, it doesn't
Wait,
appear
then
so.
This is not good then.
I was not into her, and I
She's
was
your boss.
well, yeah, but also
Yeah.
she was my boss. I wasn't into. I was so confused.
Yeah.
And I was immediately like, "Get me out of this situation!"
Yes. I
And
didn't even show up at work the next
oh
day.
my, it was so uncomfortable.
God.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Was she embarrassed?
I don't think so. Like she used to
Whoa.
call me from like her car. She was married. Like
no.
she used to call me from her car, and she would say things like, "Oh, I have to do a speech. Can you help me with
Can you
the
meet me in
joke
my
or
bathtub?"
something?" Yeah, I have to do a speech. Can you give me a bath? She would do things like that, and I thought that it was because I was a comedian.
Yeah.
I was still an open mic comedian at the time, and I was like, yeah, and I thought we were kind of friends, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And but she continued to keep calling me.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
in
didn't
her
have
game.
caller ID at the time, and
Oh no.
so-
I wonder
those
who
were the
this
days.
is. Oh.
yeah,
Well, this person sounds like chaos though. Like married, calling from the car, carrying
Oh.
the boxes, elephant in the, it's all adding up to.
but it was so weird because I don't know what was going on in her mind that she thought everything was so glaring that we were
Yeah,
finally
like,
going to
we
talk
gotta talk about
this.
this.
I have had that once before. After I was opening for a band on tour, and then at the end of the tour, the singer texted me and was like, "Are we going to talk about this thing between us?" And I was like, "What?" But, yeah.
Yeah, and I this my old boss, I have run into her once or twice since. I mean, it's been like 25, almost 30 years, and
Is it awkward?
well, I truly have moments where I'm like, does she remember?
Remember? Yeah.
She has to remember.
She has to.
Yeah, she has
Yeah,
to
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
But what does she think I think? And what,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I have, ugh. Anyway, that was so
so funny.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
I loved that story though.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Well, this has been a great time.
Yes, it has.
We've
it has
learned
been a
some
great
new
time.
things.
Wonderful question from the incredible Andrea Gibson. Check out, I think Andrea's got 8 books. And Andrea's Instagram is so just,
So on point.
I mean, I always, people always say like, yeah, you need to be more present in life. And with Andrea, I'm like, when are you not present? Are you
Right.
ever not present? Like,
Yeah.
Andrea's insights are just remarkable. So
Yeah.
just follow
They do seem
everything.
like a kind of like an evolved type of like another sort of like we've made a genetic leap or something as a species. They're like just one level up from us
yeah.
in the way their brain works and
Yeah.
the connections that they're able to make. And yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yes, same.
Well, speaking of smart present,
Oh, there's our
things.
poet,
There's our poet laureate.
the handsome poet laureate.
Yeah. Oh, Biggie.
Oh, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie.
Well, what a podcast, as always.
As always.
I don't have any shows coming up, but if you want to see stand-up, I got some specials on Netflix called Good Fortune and Sweet and Salty that will be leading up to my third hour, which will be coming later this year.
Nice.
That's exciting.
And also go to handsomepod.com for merch. We have so much incredible merch, and I see it out there in the wild all the time. People
good
saying
stuff.
to keep it handsome and
Trucker hats,
Yeah.
t-shirts, all kinds of things.
And let us know if there's a new thing you're looking for in your life from the Handsome Pod merch-wise. Because you never
or
know.
just if there's a new thing you're looking for in life.
Yeah,
Let us
seriously.
know
we
that,
like that
too.
too.
And also, if you enjoyed this podcast, let's say it was the first time you've heard Handsome, please share this episode with a friend.
And let us know if there's someone you want to hear a question from.
Yeah. And check out my website for sporadic shows in Los Angeles, Toronto, and around the country.
And all that
Amazing.
remains is
Keep it
Keep it handsome.
Home insurance is complicated. You want the best insurance for the best price. Allstate makes it easy to sign up for a new policy or switch from an existing one so you can start saving today.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. No hassle, just savings. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.